Hey guys, I'm back at it again. I'm doing another pedal board build video for you guys. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this. I'm just making some slight adjustments to my pedal board, and I thought I could do it without taking the whole thing apart, but it turns out that I can't. It's still a mess, and I was about to put it all back together, and I thought I might as well turn on the camera. You guys like this kind of stuff, and then I can share with you exactly what I'm doing and the kind of the reasoning behind why I'm doing it. So if you're interested in that, stick around. All right, welcome back. Now, if we've never met, my name is Jimmy Cooper, and I created Hey Worship Leader to be a resource to help worship leaders be the best they can be. We talk about all things worship ministry, like how to pastor your people well and how to lead your teams well. We also talk about gear. Now, I don't have a lot of time, and I gotta get this together, and so, but before we do, I just want to explain that the reason it looks like this is because I hooked it all up to make sure it sounded good, and let me tell you, it sounds amazing. Now, after I get it together, I'm gonna make another video showing you exactly how I use it, how I use this as the brain to control the whole board, and how I use the amazing web editor and how easy it is to make this thing do exactly what you want it to do. But before I can make that video, I gotta put all this back together, and it needs to look good. So let's jump into it. Also, I'm running low on some of my resources. I have just a few of these left. I only have a little bit of patch cable left, and I only have this much dual lock left. I'm hoping that's enough to do everything I need to do. It probably is, but I'm adding some new components to the board, and let me show you exactly the flow while it's out like this. Now, what I'm adding to the board now that I didn't have before, and I'm gonna try to put this under if I have enough room, and this is the Disaster Area Midi Box 4, and this is the hub for all things MIDI. Now, one thing to know if you're new to MIDI is that MIDI is a one-way street. Before, when I was coming through the HX Stomp, you can go into the HX Stomp and through because it has both of these MIDI ports here. Let me show you. You have an in and an out or a through, but my other pedals don't. They just have an in right here, and so it like dead ends into there. The broken arrow is the same, and if I were to add another MIDI pedal, it would be the same as well. That's where this thing comes in handy. You come in here, and then I can go out to at least 4 more pedals, which I only have 3, so I'll have a potential to add 1 more. Let me also note that I'm using these TRS cables to pass through the MIDI. You have your regular 5-pin MIDI, but then you can also use MIDI with a TRS cable. And also, I bought these from Disaster Area, and they make great products, but I might send these back because they gave me 2 different cables, and they are red, which red matches. Red would be good if I had 2 of these because it matches my this, and there's some red on the MIDI box here. But then they sent me purple. What? This doesn't match at all. And I was hoping to go for the blacked out vibe. I still need to figure out if my Jet MCX can be in a blacked out enclosure. I don't think it can. But anyways, it is what it is. I'm gonna hook it up today. I'm gonna maybe buy some additional ones of these that are just black and send these back. Maybe. We'll see how far I get. We'll see if it really matters what it looks like. Really, at the end of the day, I just need it to be functional. All right, so we just gotta take everything apart and set it aside. I also only have a few more feet of this cable left. These are the Ghostfire cables. I love these things because they're so easy to make. I've never had one fail yet. If you want more information on these, I actually have an affiliate link, and you can get a discount if you click the link below, or I can just put it on the screen right now. Click the link below anyways, and it'll take you to the site. Definitely get a hold of these if you can. I also mentioned that I had the ability to add 1 more MIDI pedal with this, which is true, but I'm actually maxed out my DC7 here because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pedals, but the Stomp takes 2 inputs, and so I'm actually maxed out. So, which is fine. I don't have enough pedals. I don't have enough space on my board to add any more pedals anyways. Yep. All right. There it is. I'm not gonna take the Stomp off because I know I want it there, but I cleaned off some stuff. I still have zip tie mounts here to keep all the wiring nice and clean. So the first thing I need to do is figure out where this is gonna go in order to also have a room for this and make sure there's enough room for all the cables. And one change from before I want to make is that last time I had this under my board facing this way. My power was coming out this end of my board, but where I play at church, they give me my input and my power on this side of my board. And so I'd like to turn this around. I want to keep that in mind. So I'm gonna flip this like this. If I can put this on this end, that way my power is really close to the end. I can just plug it in easily. That would be super helpful. And that way this goes over here. And if all the words are facing the right way, now I just gotta figure out my MIDI will fit in there. I know I'm using this 5-pin to 5-pin to come out of the MCX and go straight into the disaster area MIDI box. So I know it's gotta go in the in. Go ahead and put that there. Would it have room? Yes, it will have room. That's gonna be going in the same place. Plenty of room there, so that's good. I can actually put this back for now. Dual lock is the best. If you haven't used dual lock yet, I would definitely recommend it. It makes it so much easier than Velcro. This is gonna go here, so I feel like I could go ahead. All right, so I had to go to the store real quick to get my medicines because they were in #oldmanlife. Anyways, I don't remember what I said before I left, but I have to make sure that this is close enough to where I can get these in and out, but I don't even know if I have enough room for that. So I could go this direction. Oh, I could go that direction. I could go that direction. Maybe like that. What do you think? Like this? I was just planning on doing it like this, but there's enough space. I could put it in there if I remove some of these. Oh my gosh. I need to take that off. How I took these off yesterday. Let's just take this one off. Got my pick under there. Ah, look at that. Yeesh. And then I can do this. I think that is the best decision right there. I'm just gonna put 2 little strips, one there and one down there. What I like to do is go ahead and snap them together. Like that. Then I peel one edge off and I can stick it on the pedal. If I can peel one edge off, I will stick it on the pedal. Oh, there you go. Can you see that? That looks good. Smooth that out. Yeah, that's nice. And then I'm ready. I'm gonna peel these off. So why go to all this trouble? Why take my board all apart? And to me, it's about doing what I need to do with the least amount of effort. But you might be thinking, well, this is a lot of effort. Well, yes, it is. But the effort now, when I'm not under pressure, is a lot better than me stressing about things when it's time to perform. I think that's a general rule for life, honestly. There we go. Oh, that looks good. What do y'all think? And it barely, I mean, just fits under there. You see the legs, the thickness of the legs. This just fits. While I have it on camera here, I might as well mention that these little tabs right here, you have to follow this diagram here on the bottom to figure out what pattern you need for your pedals. Now both of mine are this Trs Midi, and so that just means I need to put all 3 up, which I've already done. All 3 of those little tabs. But if you were to have a different kind of pedal like Alexander, Miris, or Empress, you would need to do that. Can you see that? Use Trs Y cable, you need that. And a Chase Bliss audio, they have ring active, so you need that. But I have these, Boss, Jackson, Cooper, and also the Jet Revelation is also this. Now let's get our power supply. Definitely gonna need to order more dual lock. Hopefully I don't need much more. Everything else seems to work pretty well. I'm trying to go sparingly, but you also don't want your pedals to fall off your board. Luckily my Jackson Audio Broken Arrow, whoever had it on their board before, had a big chunk of this dual lock on here, so I didn't have to do any more on that pedal. All right, like I said, I want the power supply, the power jack, to come out this end of my board. So as far as placement, I'm just going to back it up enough so my cables can make it through this little hole right here. So like I was saying, yeah, you put in work now so that you can free up space later when you're leading worship. Specifically, MIDI, I feel like, is going to help me be able to focus on one pedal at a time while I'm leading worship, which really frees me up. Same is true with like budgeting or using a calendar. You put in the work early to plan ahead so that you have freedom later. When you want to spend money on a pedal, if you haven't budgeted well, you don't know if you can actually afford it or not. That looks good. Now, my power supply is here. I think that's why I didn't want to do it before, is because when you see through, the words are upside down, but Now I am no longer worried about that. All the pedals should pretty much cover that up, and I have so many cables coming in and out of here. We're not looking at that. What is most important is that I can just bloop, plug in right here when I'm on stage. Still gonna put my compressor up here. Just wanna go ahead and put everything about where it's gonna go. That way I can map out my cable lengths. All right, so that's what it's gonna look like when it's all done, but we just gotta get the wires on it. And I like to do my effects loop first. I'm running my Revelation through the effects loop, and so I kinda like to get that done first, then I'll work on the rest because that's all tedious and short and it needs to be exactly right. So let's do that. I know I need to move this. Now when I had my volume pedal right here, I used to plug in right here, but now my signal chain is changing. I would put my volume pedal first, then I went to my compressor, and then I went to the stomp, and then through the effects loop. But now my first pedal in the chain is gonna be my compressor here, and I gotta come out of the compressor into the broken arrow, out of the broken arrow, back into the stomp. I made these cables a little bit longer just in case I made a mistake and I'd have to cut them off. Okay, so I got my effects loop. I'm all hooked up. So then I'll put my guitar in here. It comes out of here, goes into the input. I should probably test it. Should I test it? Well, I don't even have any power yet. Let's hook up the power. So in case you haven't seen any of my other videos, this is the Logston audio cable that is RCA on this end, which a lot of people miss this. If your power supply doesn't need RCA, you go to the website, I think type in Strymon type and you'll get the regular 2.1 barrel. But this barrel goes straight to the HX Stomp, which is a 2.5 barrel center negative. It's a little bit bigger than your average. So it's a special connector. They make the cable for you so you don't have to have any adapters, and it works pretty good. And I've heard some other brands do this as well, but this is the one I found and I really like it. And if you want one like this, it's linked in the description. And I hope I have room for all my MIDI cables once this is done. Everything's now hooked up except the MIDI cables. And those are kind of big and I'm running out of room, but we're almost there. I need to test it first, but I'm running out of time. What time is it? It's 11:30. Okay, I'm supposed to leave in an hour. Think I have enough time to finish in an hour? Let's see. Okay, power it up. Everything's coming on. MIDI's not gonna work yet, but everything else should work. My headphones in so I can hear. I need studio monitors, so I don't have to go through all this, but that's what we got. I just need to see if we have sound. Oh, we have sound. Oh yeah, reverb works. I knew you couldn't hear that because, yeah, it's not hooked up to the computer, but it sounds amazing. Hats off to Ghostfire cables. Man, I was yanking on these things. I'm in a hurry. They just work every single time. So people ask me, hey, do you really like the Ghostfire cables? I've had them for about 2 months now, maybe 3 months. I don't remember exactly. You can check the date of the last video that I put out, or the video I put out when I was first using them. But man, they are fantastic. They never break down. I know people don't like solderless cables. That's fine, but as you can see, I move around, even though I don't necessarily want to. I move a lot of stuff on my board around a lot, and these Ghostfire cables have kept up with me, and I can't say that about some of the other brands I've used. So definitely go check those out. All right, what's next? What is next? I gotta get these MIDI cables on. This is the only one I wish I bought this from Disaster Area as well before. I love this end because they hand make these, I think. But this end I wish was a right angle because it sticks out of my board a little further than I would like. It still fits in the bag, but just in case it wants to break or break the HX Stomp in the middle. Am I blurry? I always end up just unplugging it. The only other decision I have to make is to put this cable. I bought this online. This is USB on this end to, what is this, micro USB on that end? This fits into the Jet MCX so that I can hook it up to the computer. And I thought it'd be cool if it was just on my board, but I have so many cables right now. I don't know, and it's really long. It's longer than I actually need. So I don't know if I want this wound up underneath my pedal board or if I'll just, when I need it, just hook it up So that's a decision I have to make. We will see. But I like having everything together that I need, but this is the thing I might not put on there. So before I put on the MIDI cables, let's do some zip tying. Some more of these, some zip ties. Got a bunch of zip ties, which is good because I keep unusing them. I keep having to clip them off. I like using these little needle nose pliers to cinch these nice and tight. Oh yeah, that's nice. I think this is even a little neater than I did last time. Before I had my audio cables and my power cables all kind of zip tied together. And somebody mentioned that that might be bad for signal and feedback and stuff. I never got any, but this is smarter, I think, so. I still have my MIDI cables to do. I think I should focus on that before I get too far along. Which one should I do? Should I put the purple? Look here. I got purple and red. I think the purple one just needs to go all the way to the broken arrow to keep the red next to each other. I mean, that is ugly. I definitely want... I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That is just... Ugh. Hopefully this will reach. Ooh, that's close. That is close. If I had another red one, that would be better. The fact that it's purple. Purple. Who uses purple? Why is it purple? Man, I know I'm complaining a lot, but that is just ugly. Man, I got a lot. I'm gonna have to roll this up. And that's not even my longest one. I got this thing. I mean, look how long that is. You can't even see it all. It's long. I mean, that's like 24 inches. I can't even get it all in the frame. How do I do that? It's long. This is gonna come out of here and go to the stomp. So I just have all this miscellaneous cable I gotta deal with. What am I gonna do with all that right there? So let's get a cable over here to at least hold this. Oh, I did. I zip tied it without the cable in it. That won't work. I'm gonna double wrap this just to include the MIDI cable. That way I can always just unhook the MIDI cable, hopefully when I get a black one, and I don't have to disconnect all the other wires. Now that red cable's taken care of, I feel like I need to put one more little zip tie mount down in there. At least that'll hold that there. Well, what do you think, guys? What do you think? There it is. It's done. What do you think? Other than the purple cable here, and they stick out a little far. The other one over here was the one underneath. It goes right there. It's a nice pancake one. That's what I need. I need pancake TRS to pancake TRS. That would be good. Except I don't know if a pancake would fit in there. You see how close that is. I got all these cables. Where's the camera? Filling up everything. I got 2 power, 2 patch, and a MIDI. I don't know if a pancake cable would fit in there. There's my compressor. Am I upside down? There's my compressor. That's where I go in. Yeah, it's all there. All right, so we did it. We finished, and in record time. Look, the board is all together. It's wired. It looks good. I have to leave in less than 30 minutes. So good job. We did it. Make sure you stick around to the next video. I don't know if it's going to be the next video or not, but it'll be coming out very soon, where I walk you through exactly how I use all this. I'm going to walk you through step by step, show you the web editor, show you exactly how I would plan out a song or a set list, show you how I hook it all up to each of these different pedals, because they all have their special rules. And I would say, some people would say, hey, HX Stomp is going to have, with the 3.0 update, Command Center added with some more MIDI capability, which who knows if that's ever coming out. It's kind of the mythical unicorn right now. But if it does, won't that make the Jet MCX obsolete? And I would say no, it doesn't. I don't know what the Command Center is going to add to that. I know there is going to be more MIDI capability, but what the MCX does is it is made to control all the pedals even without the HX Stomp. Unlike the Jet Micro right here, which was built specifically for the Stomp, it's very similar. It's like almost the same encasing, but they are two totally different beasts. Whether I had the Stomp or not, the MCX can control all these other pedals. It can control up to 16 pedals. So in case I, down the road, decide to get rid of the Stomp and use an Iridium or do something else, I will be set up with the Jet MCX. So I'm excited to show you guys all about that in that video coming up very soon. So make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and turn on your notifications so you don't miss that video when it comes out. Also, like the video if you haven't already. Feel free to share it with anyone that you think it would be beneficial. If you don't follow me on Instagram, head over there at Hey Worship Leader. You can connect with me, send me a direct message, send me pictures of your pedal board, ask me questions about worship ministry. I'm there for you guys. Also, I'm using the community tab here on YouTube as well, a little more to connect with you guys here if you don't want to go on Instagram if you're not over there. So either way, I'm here for you guys. I think that's about it. I gotta clean up and go. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.